Broncos were back on the field today for training camp practice, albeit in no pads, so a little bit of a lighter day in terms of workload. However, there are still some major takeaways that we have to talk about. Welcome in Broncos country to the Broncos Breakdown by Chat Sports. My name is Trace Moustakas, but you can call me Moose. Now, before I get into what happened today at Broncos training camp practice, during our last live stream against the 49ers, we gained 404 subscribers. That's amazing. But YouTube does this thing where they call it the purge, and they basically get all of the bot accounts and the inactive accounts, and they just throw them away in the trash. So then we lost 224 out of those 404. If you could do me a huge favor, help us gain some back that we lost during the purge. If you love what we do and you love Denver Broncos football, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Let's talk about the major takeaways so far. The first string starting offense started off slow again. In fact, it was not a great day, according to a lot of different Denver Broncos media members. Bo Nix kind of struggled. The first team offense as a whole struggled. So this isn't just a Bo problem. So here's what Zach Stevens had to say about the whole thing. Today's practice for Bo Nix and the Broncos starting pass game was tough. Broncos pass defense looked very stout. Pressure was on Bo often. And remember, this is the best pass rush in the NFL. So Bo was going up against this every week in practice. It kind of comes with the territory if you're playing a stout defense like the Denver Broncos, that there might be some struggles. However, we did see Bo struggle and the offense struggle against the 49ers. And now, the next practice, another tough day. So back-to-back tough practices, I'm sure, has a lot of Broncos fans wondering what's going on. Now, there was at least one or a couple of highlights, I should say. I don't want to say it was all bad, because then right after this, the final period of play, and they do periods now in these joint practices and, training camp practices, so it's weird. Bo had 3 good completions to Troy Franklin, Adam Troutman, and Marvin Mims to get the team in field goal range. That's good. But then he threw an interception deep to Jaquan McMillan to end the practice. That's not so good. However, back earlier on in the day, he had a couple of highlight plays. Bo Nix connected with Cortland Sutton for a 15-yard gain with Pat Surtain blanketed over him in 7-on-7 coverage. No idea how it got through. So it wasn't a horrible day in terms of start to finish. There might have been an encapsulation of, it was a rough day for them, but highlighted by brief moments of pretty decentness. So here's what I will say. The main issue right now is that the Broncos' first-string offense starts slow. And they're aware that they started slow, not only in today's practice, but against the 49ers. They've got to pick it up, and that's okay. It's okay that it starts slow right now. As long as this doesn't translate into week 1 against the Tennessee Titans, none of it matters. So what were the problem areas? Well, I'll tell you this. The offensive line, specifically in that 49ers game, folded under pressure. The 49ers blitzed and blitzed often, and the Broncos had no answer for it. Bo was under pressure all game long, at least for the time that he was in. And, of course, he did look jumpy inside the pocket. Never quite got his feet set. Never really felt like he, would take that 3-step drop and then shuffle his momentum forward and then let it rip. His processing was good, but it never really looked quite as smooth as you wanted it to look. And, of course, the run game really never got going. Granted, you didn't see J.K. Dobbins very much, so you're not going to get a lot in terms of that. R.J. Harvey came out, but it was his first game, and then you put in, of course, all the other backups. So the offensive run game for the starters never really got going. Bo looked jumpy, and the offensive line folded under pressure. I need to see the full lineup before making any judgments. Right? The only thing I can go off is delivering you guys the news. And the news right now is that the first-team offense is struggling. But when we see the full lineup, I'm talking every single starter out there for multiple drives, multiple reps, getting a full quarter of play in, including the likes of J.K. Dobbins, then I can give you a full assessment of what I'm seeing. Because as of right now, it's picking and choosing at different bits of information. That's really where we're at right now. So don't panic. There's nothing to be scared about. But it is worth noting that right now, things are a little choppy. So what's your concern level? Let me know in the comment section down below. Scale it 1 to 10 for me. I'm going to say it's a 2 or a 3 right now for me. I'm not going to panic. I'm not going to pretend like there isn't anything wrong, but I also don't want to be the one that's like, oh my God, the sky is falling, because it isn't. So let me know in the comment section down below. Let's go to our second practice takeaway. Jarrett Stidham lighting it up. Dude has been a baller, a stud, especially with the backups. He was damn near perfect against the 49ers. And today, back-to-back multiple touchdown passes in the red zone. Looking sweet. And I love to see it. Also highlighted by an absolute bomb to Troy Franklin, a 50-yard bomb for a touchdown as well. So Jarrett Stidham seems to be understanding his place right now in this second-string offense as a backup, and he is lighting it up. Now, good news. Stidham had the highest quarterback rating in preseason week 1 of any quarterback in the NFL, 144. By the way, perfect is what, 158.7? That's like literally 100% perfect. So he was damn near there, which is great. The next highest, by the way, in week 1 was Shedeur Sanders, funny enough, who had a 106.8. So Stidham was leagues above Shedeur. Now, another good thing to take away, and something that Broncos fans should know, there's no quarterback competition. Come on. Bo's going to be your starter week 1. This shouldn't have to be said. But it is nice to know that Stidham is a reliable option in case of emergency. And when I say emergency, I'm mostly talking about injury. I don't see a world where Bo Nix is out of the quarterback 1 race unless he goes in that first game and the first half throws 4 picks. Like, I just don't see that happening. And Stidham faced 3rd, 4th, and 5th string players against the 49ers. Jarrett Stidham is a veteran quarterback. He's been in this league for quite some time. He should be carving up those guys. It's part of your job. And while I can give him credit and say, yes, you were playing great, I think it's also worth mentioning he's playing against practice squad players, or at least he was. The Broncos defense, a lot better. So the fact that he went out and carved him up today, that's actually more impressive to me, because the Broncos defense, even the depth players, are really, really good. So Jarrett Stidham definitely continuing his hot streak. Tip of the cap to you, my friend. Evan Engram also got involved a bunch today. Another touchdown pass from Jarrett Stidham to Evan Engram. But I kind of feel like he didn't really do much against the 49ers. Now, he didn't play that much either. However, I will say this. It feels good to know that your free agent tight end that you picked up and who you have been kind of focusing as a focal point in your offense is starting to make some plays. In fact, here's what it looked like. And a fingertip touchdown catch by Evan Engram from Jarrett Stidham, Caught the ball in the middle of the field, about 25 yards out, fully extended, great catch, and Stidham, of course, continuing to ball. So that's good news. No receptions against the 49ers. I need to see him play better and get more reps against the Cardinals. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to play him for 2 quarters. But let's get him the ball. This, by the way, this relationship between him and Bo is crucial, especially for Bo. Everybody says constantly, myself included, a tight end is a quarterback's best friend. Well, last year, Bo Nix didn't really have the tight ends that he was looking for. It was one of the worst rooms in the NFL. So, having this relationship and exploiting this relationship and starting to pick it up is going to be essential for his development in 2025. I'm going to get on to my next couple of takeaways, but first, guys, the Bo Nix jerseys are for sale right now. All you got to do is go to chatsports.com/Nix jersey. If you didn't win one this last preseason game, that's fine. You can still buy one in any color that you want. All you have to do is use the link that I've put in the comments and description of today's video. Chatsports.com/Nix jersey. It really is that simple. Use that link and start shopping today. All right, 4th takeaway. Defense shines again. What else is new at this point? This defense is spectacular. I mean, they really showed against the 49ers. Only allowed 7 points, and that was in the first quarter. Then it was a shutout after all of that. which was great. And today's best defensive standouts at practice, Jonathan Cooper and Jaquan McMillan. Cooper had 2 highlight plays, one for a sack, one for a tackle for loss. And Jaquan McMillan had that really nice pick at the very end on Bo Nix. And the ball just kind of seems to find Jaquan McMillan all the time, doesn't he? He's kind of feeling like a ball magnet recently. I also want to make sure that this is noted as well. This defense is going to set up the offense for success. If you think about it, when you force turnovers and you can flip that field like this as a really good defense and force punts, you are absolutely going to make sure that your offense is in the best position to succeed. A great defense complements a great offense. That's how it works. That's why they say defense wins championships, right? Offense is flash. Offense feels great. Offense is choreography. Defense, it's energy, motivation, tides turning. I mean, it's like the momentum shift. That's what great defense does. So I do think this defense is going to help set up great opportunities for this offense. Just a quick little break, water timeout before we get to our last one. If you like the Broncos defense against the 49ers, like today's video, and like this stream if you're watching during our live show. It helps let me know that you are serious and intent about learning Broncos football, and it helps grow the channel. So make sure you hit that thumbs up icon. Our last practice takeaway, I'm sure you saw a lot of this. Nik Bonitto limping off the field against the 49ers. Everyone was like, oh, is this cause for panic? He didn't practice today, but he's just fine. Sean Payton actually said that he's dealing with a minor foot issue, but he should be back on the practice field very soon. So I'm not worried about it. One thing Sean Payton is not is a liar. Now, NFL head coaches like to dumb down things a little bit. They like to, downgrade things and make it not so like this is breaking news. So maybe there's a little bit more to that than this, but I don't think so. I think when Sean Payton says something, I'm taking him at his word. So he's fine. And this rest and precaution right now is very good for Nik Bonitto. It's smart. You absolutely need to take care of your edge one, who, by the way, dominated against the San Francisco 49ers. So, again, this is some good stuff right now. I'm in a very, very good spot with what I feel about this Broncos defense. That is going to do it for us on today's episode. A reminder to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We did gain 404. YouTube purged us, so we're down to 224 after the live stream. So if you love Broncos football and free Broncos content, hit that subscribe button for me right now. My name is Moose. Until next time, be cool.